Six Music live music hub this morning, where I'll welcome Bunny Thompson on piano. Good morning.
Good morning.
Richard Pite on drums. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
In fabulous sort of blue shirt and bright red braces. It's a great look.
Thank you.
It's like a New York look, I'd say,
Thank
with the glasses. Anyway, welcome to the show. Roger Beaujolais.
Morning.
Good morning. With his glorious sort of bronze Deegan vibes. They're a lot to carry on there on a Sunday morning, their vibes.
Too much.
Didn't your parents say, you know what, Roger, why not take up something simple like a cornet?
They should have done, yeah. It's a big mistake.
And then we have Peter Long on
Hello.
clarinet. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Hello.
Take us through the steps that have led you to this. The plan is to recreate that legendary 1938 concert in Carnegie Hall by Benny Goodmen and his men. You're going to recreate it on the 26th of January in Cadogan Hall in
Yes,
London.
We are. Well, it started when I was 15, and I'm now older than 15. And I'd done my first ever professional gig with my school jazz band. And I went with my £5 that I'd earned, so nothing changes. And I went to the local record shop in Croydon and bought a record which I like the look of, which was Benny Goodman's 1938 Carnegie Hall concert.
Yes.
And it's probably the most atmospheric jazz recording ever made, or at least one of the most atmospheric, as he was playing to a packed house in Carnegie Hall, 2,800 of his fans, all going bananas. And as a young lad, in the rather bleak wasteland of early 80s pop, this music spoke really loudly. Yeah. And it also underlined the point that this was a music, although it was old music, it was very vital. It wasn't intended to be played for or by old people. It was young people's music, and because they were the pop stars of their day, they were really giving it some stick, and you can hear the crowd going bananas. In places it sounds like a wrestling match is happening, and it really, really excited me, and it's been one of the big formative records of my musical development. And a few years ago, we put a concert on duplicating that at Ronnie Scott's. And as we had the music together, because getting the sheet music together for the whole thing was the major part of the project.
Why was it difficult?
Well, it just takes a bit of time. You've got to, some of it you can buy, some of it you have to source from archives, and some of it is just not available, so you have to sit down with the record and write it out. And half the concert is with a 15-piece band, and the other half of the concert is with the lineup you see here.
Yes.
And so we got that together for Ronnie Scott's. It was loads and loads of fun. And because we got it together, we took it out on the road. And this is where we are with it now.
And acoustically?
Yes.
There were no amplifications used in 1938,
There were none, not even for the singer.
Wow.
She sang, Martha Tilton it was on the
Yes.
original gig, just stood up and sang in front of the band. We make one small concession that our singer Joan Viscant from Chicago, Illinois, sings with a mic, but the rest of the time the whole of the band is acoustic. So the bass is acoustic, the guitar is acoustic, the piano is acoustic, and it makes the music sound wonderful and warm and detailed.
And you can enjoy loud music, live, natural, loud music without it really...
Oh yeah, it gets ever so loud.
Yeah.
And emotionally it gets incredibly loud, it gets deafening.
Let's hear some of it, get a little taste of what we will hear on the 26th of January. What are you going to start
We're
with?
going to start off with the first quartet selection of that programme. It's an old music hall standard called Avalon, and Benny's quartet made it very much their own with the vibraphone introduction, originally played by Lionel Hampton, but played today
Roger Beaujolais!
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Le Beaujolais est arrivé!
Go on then, Rod.
and stuff. I just don't know where to look. We're taking the soloist from the vibes, the clarinet, the drums. Fantastic. Got a lovely sound in your floor tom there.
Oh.
So, or is it your snare?
It's my bass drum.
Yeah, so give it a whack.
Little bass drum.
Give it a, oh, what a nice sound. And Benny there, you had your work on the piano. Fantastic stuff. You are listening. How do you call yourselves? The Benny Goodmen Tribute Orchestra?
We're called the Goodmen.
The Goodmen, a quartet here live for us playing in 6 Music Studios. But let's go back now to that 1938 concert. Like, as we said, Pete, it was really pushing accepted boundaries. It was really edgy stuff. In fact, it was the first time that it was a racially integrated performers to play together on stage in America.
Yeah, we believe so. It's certainly the first time a racially integrated lineup had occurred at the high profile that Goodman had done it. I mean, Goodman at the time was the absolute leading pop artist of early 1938. So he could pretty much do what he wanted and get away with it.
And he himself has been going to the sort of African-American jazz bars to hang out with musicians to learn his trade there,
Well,
hasn't he?
yes. I mean, a lot of jazz musicians... I mean, jazz had been played in a multiracial basis in the studio for 15, 20 years before, because musicians, as you know, aren't really bothered by that sort of thing.
Don't like boundaries, do we?
They just want to make it sound sweet, don't they? That's what we do. But Goodman felt that he needed to present the best musicians he possibly could. And, of course, good music knows no boundaries like that. So he went ahead and did it. And because it was him, he got away with it and opened the gate for everyone else.
Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. And then the album itself, many firsts. It was Benny Goodman's first long player. Was it a first ever double album?
It was the first ever double album.
Incredible, isn't it? And then was it the first live jazz album to sell over 1 million copies, or the first jazz album in general to sell over 1 million copies?
Don't know about that. It was certainly the first live one to do it.
Yes.
But
So, I mean, it's amazing stuff to go and emulate and make your own versions of. I mean, the songs on the Duke Ellington compositions, we've got to the Gershwins. And
they are. It's a wonderful repository of music. And it's interesting that, you know, one of the reasons Benny Goodman got to be the king of swing by 1938 was he really knew how to make a program. He really knew how to put a program of music together. It's one thing playing it, it's another thing altogether, isn't it? Selling it to your audience.
Absolutely.
And he was an absolute master at this. And his program, it's wonderful to play it because you can see Benny's plan pulling all the switches of the audience. So by the end, they're in a huge, great, big kind of erotic frenzy of all ages. It's
because
in
you
a
can't
clean
help
way.
want to dance to this stuff.
You can't help but want to. Getting them to actually do it is a different thing. But we had them all up in the Cadogan Hall last time we were there, didn't we?
We did. It was compulsory.
It was compulsory, yes.
It probably will be this time as well. And also, talking of the audience, we should mention that the last time that we performed at Cadogan Hall last year, we had a gentleman who was present at the concert in 1938. He went as a 15-year-old, and he came to see us when he was 90. So we hope he's coming back
You
on
didn't
Sunday.
dare ask him how you compared, did you?
I did.
Did you?
And he was very diplomatic about it. Yeah.
Mind
he
you,
enjoyed it.
Mind you, his ears might have started to wane a little bit at this point.
Well, there is that. Yeah. But
Richie, you're
Yeah.
of, as I mentioned earlier, a very dapper outfit this morning, but you'll be continuing with that dapper sort of outfit with a concert on the 26th of January, won't you?
we're going to be extremely dapper
In
because
flapper dresses.
I have taken
I'll be wearing my
Pete's
best
band
flapper
jackets.
Yeah.
And I have taken to the dry cleaners for the first time in 20 years. This is how big an event it is.
Blimey.
And we've had some new buttons sewn on them. So every single aspect of this performance has been carefully tailored.
So all period outfits.
Beautiful, beautiful outfits. And we have Art Deco music stands, beautiful lighting.
Pipes?
And pipes.
A few pipes.
Well,
Offstage.
Offstage.
Amusingly
Yeah.
enough, the Cadogan Hall are very, very, very touchy about health and safety.
Oh, gosh.
In a previous incarnation, we were doing the music of Gene Krupa, Benny Goodman's drummer, who went on
Yeah.
to be a band leader in his own right. And one of the things that Gene had, it was an act, wasn't it?
Oh, no, it was a
With
little
the Matchbox.
routine from a movie.
Yes.
With Barbara Stanwyck, and it was called Ball of Fire. And at the end of his routine, he played on a matchbox with
Yeah.
two little matches, and he played a little solo, and at the end, the match is lit. And we were rehearsing it in the afternoon, and they said, "You can't do that." I said, what do you mean? He said, no, you can't have the light. So we had to do it. We did it in the end with safety helmets, full visibility jackets, luminous jackets, and torches.
I
We
wanna
were
see it.
taking the Mickey more than
Oh,
some.
I want to see it. Can you do it? And we'll record it and put it on the website.
You'll get into trouble with the BBC if you do.
Well,
Good. You will let the
But I would like to say that I am proud to be playing the part of svelte, good-looking Hollywood idol Gene Krupa, and it's a good job we're on radio.
No, absolutely not. You look fantastic. Anyway, let's have some more music. What are we going to end with?
well, one of the focuses that Benny Goodman had when he programmed the Carnegie Hall concert, as he was playing American, what he viewed as American folk music in the big American concert hall, he wanted to showcase all the great American composers. So there was some Irving Berlin, there was some Rodgers and Hart, there was some Ellington, there was some work from Fletcher Henderson, who was his big
Fabulous,
composer.
yeah.
But he also, in the at the end of the first half, he focused on George Gershwin, who, of course, had just recently died about 6 months before this concert. And so we're going to play an abridged version of the couplet of Gershwin tunes, which are The Man I Love and I Got Rhythm.
Brilliant. Take it away, the Goodmen. Hey,
Yes.
that's the sound of Pete Long and his Goodmen coming to you live from the BBC Six Music Studios. Wow. So should people put on their dancing shoes, their fake pelts and galoshes and come dressed up in 1930s gears too?
Whatever they want to do, we just want the money.
Will there be seats there? Is it all seated and you're getting dancing in the aisles, or is it actually
Oh no,
stood?
we do. If they don't dance in the aisles of their own accord, there is a small degree of bullying that can occur, and it all ends up in a big kind of jazz party.
And
So it's loads of-
martinis available?
Martinis are available at the bar. Martinis, homemade jams and
Just trying to
chutneys,
get that thing.
anything you
So
like.
it's all happening in London, the Cadogan Hall, 26th of January, with Pete Long and his Goodmen. Thanks to Benny Thompson, Richard Pite, Roger Beaujolais, Va Pardi, and Pete Long on
Thank
the
you
clarinet.
very
Thank you
much for
so
having
much
us.
for playing with us this morning.